Have you ever noticed a tiny detail in your life that just didn't make sense? A detail so small you almost ignored it until it started to scream? My name is Mark. I've been married to Chloe for 4 years. She's the perfect wife, kind, quiet, and according to everyone we know, the glue that holds me together. But 3 weeks ago my perfect life started to glitch. It started with our smart scale. I'm a data guy. I like tracking my health. The scale syncs to an app on my phone. One morning I was scrolling through the logs and saw a weigh-in at 10:30 a.m. on a Tuesday. The weight was 165 pounds. The problem? I was at my office 20 miles away. And Chloe? She only weighs 125. I didn't say anything. I told myself it was a technical error. A calibration glitch. But then it happened again on Thursday. 165 pounds. At 11 a.m. I checked the smart thermostat logs next. Every Tuesday and Thursday the house temperature was being dropped to 68 degrees during the day, exactly how I like it, but Chloe hates the cold. She always keeps it at 74. I didn't confront her. I didn't scream. I went silent. I told Chloe I had a mandatory 3-day conference in another city. I packed my bags, kissed her goodbye, and drove 3 blocks away to a rental car I'd parked the night before. I didn't go to the airport. I went to the electronics store. I bought a thermal imaging camera, the kind that detects heat signatures through walls. I waited until 10 a.m. the next morning. I crept into our backyard and pointed the camera at our master bedroom window. There were 2 heat signatures. One was Chloe. The other was a 165-pound man sitting in my favorite chair, drinking from my favorite mug. But here's the part that turned my blood to ice. I recognized the heat signature's limp. It was my own brother, Jason, who had a leg injury from a year ago. I didn't storm in. I waited. That night, my parents were hosting a welcome home dinner for Jason's recovery. The whole family was there. Chloe was sitting next to me, holding my hand, acting like the grieving wife of a traveling businessman. When it was time for the toast, I stood up. I didn't bring a glass. I brought my iPad. I said, I wanted to share some data I've been collecting about our home's efficiency. I airplayed the thermal footage and the smart scale logs directly to the big screen in the dining room. I pointed to the 165-pound weight log and looked Jason dead in the eye. I said, hey Jason, I didn't know your recovery involved using my bed while I was at work. Does mom know you've been calibrating my scale? The silence was deafening. Chloe started shaking. My brother couldn't even look up. My parents are now calling me cold-blooded for humiliating the family in public instead of handling it quietly. They say I've destroyed 2 relationships over a few numbers on a screen. So Reddit, am I the jerk for using my wife's own smart home to trap her, or did they deserve the public execution?